Hey everyone, Zaina here. We're just going to get right into it for the fishing report. As of the last couple days, I really don't have many good things to say. I talked to a couple people yesterday that called in the morning, said, hey, we're thinking of coming up for a day trip, and I just told them to stay home. It wasn't worth the gas. Now, locals and people that are already here, like everyone says, bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work or something like that, I think is what I hear all the time. But I'm here to tell you, it really has been bad days of fishing, at least behind the shop. I mean, I know some people down at the DSR line at the Black Hole or down near the mouth of the river that have been doing okay, and that's always going to do a little bit better there just because they are getting first crack at any fish that come in. When they do come in, they tend to move in pods, so they're getting them in a more concentrated form. As the fish move further and further up the river, they kind of spread out. It's harder to get into them. So what we've been seeing behind the shop here really isn't much activity. Typical, a few hookups first hour in the morning, and then it sort of dies off, picks up a little bit right before dark. But yesterday, I don't think I heard 10 hookups behind the shop total all day. I mean, could just be I missed a few. I try and listen as much as I can, but I won't always hear. But for the most part, what I was seeing was the fish that were pooling up in the town pool the other night moved on, and nothing really came in behind it too much. So that's kind of the bad news. The good news is we're having some weather that's looking like it might pick things up for us. So today, starting around 2 p.m., we are supposed to get some rain. I mean, whether that follows through or not, I never know. The weather calls for a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen. But it's calling for rain starting around 2 p.m., following through to the morning, and then possibly some more rain in the afternoon tomorrow. Now, that paired with the high 40s temperatures that they're calling for Thursday and Friday, if we get all of those components, I think that could set us up for a really good weekend and possibly the first big push of fish that we see this year sometime this weekend. Now, have I been made a liar before by these fish and the weather? Absolutely. These are just my best guesses, and that is what this is. This is a guess based off of knowledge and things I've seen in the past and just any, pattern you can kind of pick up with weather. But what it really comes down to is water temperature plays such a big factor. So if you can get all of the elements that make cooler water temperatures in the river feeding into the estuary and the lake, that's what the fish sense. They can feel that water temperature coming out of the river, and they're looking for that to move in. Hopefully everything lines up, and that's what we end up getting, and we see good push this weekend. I'll see kind of what it's like the next couple days as well and keep everyone updated. I would just say, if you can, give me a call before you come up if you're thinking about, doing a day trip or something like that, or you're on the fence about coming. The sooner you can call me, like as close to you when you leave for your trip that you can call me as you can. Sorry, it's early. I'm stumbling over my words. Give me a call. I'm never going to lie to you. But if you're trying to think like, hey, should I come up this weekend or not? I would say, yeah. Obviously, it's probably going to get better within the next couple weeks, but if you're looking for your first trip of the year, you want to come up and have some fun, I do think there's a good chance that you could get into some fish this weekend. Hopefully that's what they see. I'll definitely let you know by the end of the weekend how it looked, and more reports from people coming off of the lake where they're marking them and things like that, what the estuary looks like. As of right now, just to recap, it's been slow. Hopefully it picks up with this weather. We'll just see what we can get.